Okay, so good day everyone, no? For this week, it is our week 5, and we will going to discuss different leadership principles and techniques that can be used in addressing some issues on boardship when it comes to our teams and concerns, because leadership is not just about giving orders on board ship. No, it's about influencing others and guiding them and supporting a team, especially during pressure in every situation on board, and a maritime operations or any workplace leadership directly affects safety, efficiency, and morale of every crew member on board. So for today's topic, uh, our topic is about the leadership principles and techniques in addressing team issues. So with concrete shipboard and workplace examples. For the first one, so why leadership matters in every teams, no? Bakit nga ba mahalaga yung leadership? So teams face conflict, stress, and operational pressure. Nandun na yung fact na stress because you are a first timer, no? Especially sa mga beginners like you. And there's a conflict between the cultural barriers if you're sailing with different nationalities, and also the operational pressure. Sometimes it gets uh, too much pressure when in terms of deadlines and kailangan niyo ng matapos. At some point, you're also pressured because you're just uh, not so familiar with the operation on board. So leadership directly affects the safety, morale, and performance. So every leaders apply principles in using practical techniques. So teams naturally experience challenges such as stress. So the miscommunication on board. So sa miscommunication, it leads towards the conflict. And without proper leadership, no, siyempre yung leadership niyan is nagsisimula sa mga officers natin who is higher rank, no? Kaya nga tinawag na leaders, they are going to lead as a example. So these small issues, kapag nagkaroon ng small issues on board, no, without proper leadership can escalate, puwedeng grumabe or lumala, no, into safety risk or operational failure. So effective leadership ensures that team members understand their roles and feel supported by their mentor or by their leader and perform efficiently even under pressure. So si member na hindi niya masyado nafi-feel yung pressure because he is being supported by the leaders, and that's the ah, katangian, no, na dapat meron ang isang leader on board. Then, what is the most common team issues? Ano ba yung mga nagiging issues sa barko, 'no? First, we have the poor communication. So, sa poor communication, before applying leadership principles, we must identify common team issues. So, these include the poor communication. So, conflicts between members, then low motivation, unclear responsibilities, and fatigue. So si good leader, 'no, a good leader must recognize these problems early and applies the appropriate technique to resolve them, 'no. Si good leader dapat alam niya how to handle this, poor communication beforehand bago pa magkaroon ng poor communication. Dapat wala siyang pinapanigan at nakikita niya yung mga walang kumpiyansa sa sarili na dapat i-motivate niya, at yung mga hindi pa alam yung kung ano lang role sa barko, kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin, dapat he will going to guide them. And if the member is fatigue or stressed, dapat alam niyang, i-coop up kung ano ang dapat gawin sa member na yun. So with this, appropriate technique to resolve. So that is the common issues, between the team. And kung merong miscommunication, ano ba yung ano natin, 'no, dapat na, effective communication. Ano ba yung tamang communication? So the first principle is effective communication. So this principle is a leader, 'no, leadership begins with a clarity, malinaw, hindi pa bago-bago ng decision. So a leader must communicate clearly and assertively and respectfully. No, hindi porket ikaw yung leader, you don't know how to respect others or you don't know how to respect the person who is lower than your rank. No, hindi dinadala sa ulo yung pagiging leader, hindi dinadala sa posisyon yung pagiging leader. And even if you are a leader, you must know how to respect others, no? And a leader must communicate clearly and respectfully. So one technique that common use is to close loop communication. So where instructions are repeated back to confirm the understanding. So for example, you are given a work to a OS. So nagbigay ka ng trabaho sa OS, then once na matapos mong bigay yung trabaho na yon, then balik mo kay OS kung ano yung sinabi mo para nagkakaintindihan kayo ng gagawin niyo. Hindi nagkakaroon ng miscommunication, and that is a best way to have a effective communication, that you understand what you are saying and he understand what he is going to do. No, so this reduces the error. Doon nawawala ng mga pagkakamali on board and prevents misunderstanding. Baka kasi mamaya, sabi kasi ni boss ito yung gagawin, eh, pero sabi niya mali yung gagawin ko. So, doon pa lang nagkakaroon na ng miscommunication. So, to have a effective communication once the job is given to you, the leader must, ask if the person or for example, if OS really understands the, uh, job, papaulit mo sa kanya para alam mo rin kung tama ba yung pagkakaalam niyang trabaho na gagawin niya, 'no? So, that is one, best example na for have a effective communication. And next, we have a situational leadership. So, situational leadership means you are adjusting uh, your leadership style based on the competence and confidence of your team members. No, hindi porket ito yung alam ko, no, dapat ganito yung gagawin nyo. Hindi, no, mahirap kasi mag-adjust sometimes, no. For example, 'di ba 'pag bibigay ako ng examples dito, 'no, lagi kong ini-imply yung examples the way na maiintindihan niyo. Because that is the way that the leader should do. Kailangan kung magbibigay ka ng example, the way na dapat na maiintindihan ng students mo or the way na maiintindihan ng listeners mo. Kasi once you give a example, then again, it's very new to them or very new sa inyo, hindi niyo rin maiintindihan yung example na sasabihin ko. So dapat si leader must know how to adjust the, uh his leadership styles and based on the competence and confidence of the team members. Not all because not all crew members are required have the same approach as you, no, and some need direction or clear instruction. So others need support also, no. Yung iba hindi kailangan ng support but we must do in a sense na dapat lahat makakasunod, 'no? And experienced ones may only require delegation, but the other ones need a direction para maintindihan nila kung ano ba yung trabahong pinapagawa mo, 'no? Ah, that's what you call a situational leadership. Then meron din tayong tinatawag na, ah conflict management. But then again, going back dito tayo sa situational leadership, 'no, just for example, 'no, inexperienced crew member, for instance, 'no, if a new crew member is assigned to operate bagong crew member, assigned to operate a safety equipment. So the leader should use a coaching style. Dapat bago niya pa assign doon sa isang new crew member, dapat parang kino-coach niya yung new crew member para the leader should use a coaching style to provide step-by-step guidance and supervision. This builds a competence and rather than simply giving orders. Mas maiintindihan yon ni new crew member instead of delegating a job in which the new crew member na nagkakaroon siya ng hesitation kung paano niya gagawin yung isang trabaho. Then meron tayong tinatawag na conflict management. So, for the conflict management, it is normal in any team, no? However, unresolved conflict can damage a morale and the teamwork. For example, a leader must address conflict early using active listening and meditation. And in goal is fairness and professionalism. So si leader, hindi pwede yung magkakaroon siya ng bias na pagsagot or bias na meron siyang papanigan. So dapat every leader must know how to balance, no? Dapat alam niya kung sino yung i-approach niya ng ganitong style, no? Hindi pwede yung, kasi ikaw ganito yung ginawa mo. Imbis na mapabuti mo or magkaroon ng understanding yung dalawa mong tao, nagkaroon pa lalo ng away kasi ikaw meron kang pinanigan. Baka mamaya yung pinanigan mo pa lalo pang uminit yung ulo tapos pati ikaw pa nadamay ka pa dun sa away nila 'no, kasi nagiging bias ka. And again, a leader must know how to balance and be fair and professional. Hindi yung meron kang pinapanigan kung sino yung dahil kaibigan mo yan, papanigan mo kasi alam mong mas tama siya, hindi dapat gano'n. So, as a leader, you must know how to balance and be fair to everyone. Just for example 'no, a watch schedule 'no, yung mga schedule sa pagtatrabaho, mga conflict sa trabaho 'no. So, just for example, suppose there's a two crew members argue over their overtime 'no, nagtatalo about sa overtime. And instead of taking sides immediately 'no, kahit, imbes na panigan mo yung isa agad-agad 'no, the leader must listen on both parties. Dapat iintindihin niya kung ano yung side ng isa at yung side ng kabila and review the duty rotation policy and clarifies yung expectations, and this restores the fairness and prevents future misunderstanding for your crew. So gano'n dapat 'no, understand mo yung both sides, hindi yung magde-decide ka kaagad na eto yung tama. You must know how to balance and to understand both situation or both parties in every situation. Then meron tayong motivation and recognition. So for motivation and recognition, motivation is essential for maintaining morale, no? Paano motivate yung isang crew if if the person or if the leader always think na lahat ng gagawin niya ay mali. Lagi mong mapapansin yung mali niya, lagi mong mapapansin yung lahat ng ginagawa niya ay hindi tama. So tendency, bumababa yung moral ng tao. And again, leaders should recognize the effort and encourage participation. The more na lalo mo siyang pinapansin about his negative sides and his wrongdoings, no, the moral of people or the interest of the crew member to make the job perfectly, lalong nawawala. So leader must recognize effort and encourage participation amongst crew members. So positive reinforcement and strengthens commitment and builds a positive team culture. Just for example 'no, lumipat ng slide. Just for example 'no, low morale after a stressful operation. So, after a stressful operation or stressful emergency drill, the master acknowledge the team's effort and thanks them for their professionalism. So, this simple recognition boosts morale and encourage continued good performance. Para bang lalo ka mamomotivate na gumawa pa ng magandang trabaho. Kahit na sa tingin ni master is napakasimple ng ginawa, but then again, it shows that he appreciates the simple things and it matters. So ikaw na kahit na sa tingin mong simpleng bagay yon, parang namo-motivate ka tuloy or nag-i-strive ka pang galingan pa. Instead of checking the negative sides, lalo kang mawawalan ng interest na mag-participate or gawin yung best mo 'no, kasi mas nakikita yung mga pagkakamali mo. And then we have the task and workload management. So for this one, leaders must properly allocate duties and prioritize tasks. So overloading team members leads to fatigue and working no, team members uh, leads to fatigue and mistakes. No, the delegation should be based on skill, urgency, and available resources. Hindi porket siya yung magaling, siya na lang lagi papatrabahuin mo. No, you always check the workload schedule. Baka mamaya, because sa tingin mo siya yung magaling kahit na napakagaling niya, if he is over fatigue at wala na siyang energy para gawin yun because he is lack of sleep 'no, lagi na lang siya dine-delegate mo, every skill siya yung meron 'no, and urgency lagi na lang siya yung pinapaano mo, pinapagawa, tendency 'no, it leads to mistakes. Kasi kahit na gaano siya kagaling kung wala siyang proper or proper sleep and, rest, tendency it leads to mistakes. So again, you know how to delegate task and workload management when it comes to your people. Again, no, just for example, no, multiple tasks before the port arrival. No, alam naman natin when we reach to the port, ang daming trabaho niyan, sabay-sabay yung loading and unloading operation. It's either the way to around 'no, kung ano yung, operation na ginagawa niyo sa port. It's, depending kung loading ba kayo or discharging. So, nandun din yung, pagdating ng mga bisita 'no, yung mga tawag dun, yung mga port state control, every audit, every check of the port, coast guard. So, this one before port arrival 'no, example, several urgent tasks need to complete kasi kailangan matapos niyo yan bago pa kayo makadikit ng port. But you have very a short period of time to prepare everything, so the leader must assign the responsibilities clearly before on based on their competence. And by prioritizing and delegating properly, so the team completes tasks efficiently and without unnecessary stress. Kasi kung papagawa mo sa lahat kasi sa tingin mo perfect siya gumawa, pressure yung tao, bandang huli hindi niya mape-perform lahat ng tama yung task na gagawin mo. So you know how to balance and you know how to delegate all of the job or the task na dapat is nabibigay para sa lahat. So ano nga ba yung risk based on decision making? Kasi baka mamaya, meron tayong, job na binibigay tapos, but we realize that decision is, uh, not correct or mali. Ano ba yung mga risk? So, effective leaders do not act impulsively. 'Pag sinabing impulsively, agad-agad nagde-decide na. Hindi pa pinag-iisipan yung both sides, hindi pa pag-iisipan ano yung mga consequences before taking actions. So again, no, you must not be impulsive. They identify hazard first, assess the risk, evaluate the options, and choose the safest course of action before you delegating a task. So this is especially in a critical emergency. Kasi once na nangyari yun, ala na, hindi mo na mababawi kung ano na yung nangyari doon sa emergency. So just for example, smoke detected. So if smoke is detected in the machinery space, the leader must assess the situation first before sending the team inside. Hindi yung, may usok do'n sa machinery, bumaba kayo kaagad, bilisan niyo. Hindi puwedeng gano'n 'no. Dapat the leader must assess first. Baka mamaya pinapunta mo kaagad sila, kung sobrang laki na 'yun, 'di namatay lang yung dalawang crew member. Again, proper equipment, backup support, communication must be ensured. No, this controlled approach prevents additional injuries or fatalities. So dapat pinag-iisipan, pinagplaplano, hindi yung bara-bara lang, yung sugod ng sugod but mangyayari wala din 'no, namatay pa yung dalawang crew member na pinapunta mo. Then next, we should have this situational awareness. So for a situational awareness means understanding what is happening around you. You are aware what's going around, no? Both operationally and with your team. So leaders must constantly monitor conditions and anticipate potential problems. Hindi yung parang relax ka lang lagi, sila na bahala diyan basta ako dito leader ako. Kung ano lang yung uutos ko, yun lang yung gagawin nila at ako titingnan ko lang kung ano yung gagawin na. No, you need to oversee all of the job or task that you are delegated to every crew member. Dapat aware ka kung nagagawa ba nila or nape-perform ba nila na mabuti yung task na dinelegate mo, 'no? Example, fatigue signs. If a crew member shows signs of fatigue, no, such as slow reaction or poor focus, the leader must adjust schedules accordingly. 'no, dapat chine-check niya yung schedules 'pag nakita niya na fatigue yung tao, and by addressing this fatigue, early prevents accidents and maintains safety on board. Then we have the assertiveness and leadership presence. So a leader must be confident but respectful. No, during emergency, he must be calm, he must be firm. Instructions prevent panic. No, leader presence creates stability and during chaos. Kasi baka mamaya ikaw na leader, ikaw pa mismo yung unang nagpapanik. Paano pa yung mga tao naglo-look after you? Eh, si ano, si captain nagpapanik. Hindi niya alam gagawin. So, lalo yung mga tao mo lalong magpa-panic kasi ikaw na leader na sinusunod nila, ikaw mismo hindi mo alam yung gagawin, paano pa sila? And they are look after your decisions. And your decisions, you cannot know how to make a decisions because you are already in a panic situation, no? Then panic during this emergency alarm, no? When emergency alarm sounds, a crew members and appeared confused, di niya alam gagawin niya. So the leader must give clear and calm instructions, no? The leader reduces panic and restores organized action. So kung si leader napansin niya na medyo nagpa-panic na, dapat he must know how to calm the uh, crew member, no? Para mawala yung panic stage ng crew member niya. Then we have the team, empowerment. So sa team empowerment, 'no, empowering the team, means involving them in every decision making that you do, and when the team members feel heard, they become more committed and proactive. Kapag ikaw na crew member na feel mo na si captain ay bina-value yung opinyon at nakikita nila na yung every opinion mo matters. Tendency ikaw mas lalo kang nag-e-engage sa iyong trabaho. Kasi napapansin ka, eh, hindi yung pinapansin lang yung sa mga matataas na posisyon. Even if you are in a smallest position, your decision or your, instinct, your idea also matters to them. So with that, you are being more committed and be proactive in every situation, 'no? And for example, 'no, and operational delays, 'no, if there are repeated delays, the leader gathers the team and asks for suggestions, 'no, hinihingi nila yung mga opinyon niyo. So this encourage ownership and may produce practical solutions from experienced crew members, 'no? Kasi nagma-matter kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila. And lastly, we have the feedback and continuous improvement. So for feedback, leadership includes evaluating performance and encouraging uh, improvement, and after action reviews help identify the strengths and areas of the improvement. Just for example, if nagkaroon ng drill sa barko, no, and the performance is mahina yung performance ng mga tao, 'no. So, in this case, 'no, instead of blaming, the leader discusses what went well and what went wrong. So, with that, ano yung kailangan niyong i-improve, ano yung kailangan niyong i-build na learning, and everyone is accountable kasi hindi lang naman siya yung nagkamali. Lahat kayo nagkamali, 'no. Hindi dapat nagbe-blame, hindi dapat ah nagpo-point out kung sino ba yung kasi siya ginawa niya, hindi 'no. You know how to balance, and instead of blaming, you must, discuss ano ba yung positive outcome na kahit na nagkamali, ano yung positive side na nangyari 'no. Gano'n ang dapat na feedback 'no. Tandaan niyo 'no, no one is perfect, and every pagkakamali na nangyayari is natututo tayo 'no. And no, to summarize the topic for today, 'no, tandaan niyo 'no, leadership principles guides the behavior, while techniques translate those, principles into action, and effective leaders, those principles, adapt the in which you are going to communicate clearly, manage conflict, motivate the team, and make sound decision. No, strong leadership ensures safety, efficient, efficiency, and teamwork. Again, once you become an officer or a captain someday, no, you should uh, reflect, no, that bago pa kayo maging captain, you are also once in their positions. You're also once become a new crew member and you always comes to my mind that naging kadete rin kayo or naging ratings din kayo. Para malaman niyo kung ano yung nafi-feel ng mga taong nandoon sa mas mababang posisyon sa inyo. Kasi respect doesn't come from your what's on your stripes on your shoulder. It comes from how you interact with people and how you connect and responsible to everyone on board, no? So again, thank you very much for your listening and we are going to have a quiz, no? You can take a break for after 30 minutes. We're going to have a quiz. So thank you very much for your listening and kung meron kayong questions regarding our topic for today, which is leadership, just raise your virtual hand and we're going to discuss your question. So thank you.